TJ Finley's first big audition for 2022 starting QB job draws mixed review. TJ Finley's first official audition to be Auburn's starting quarterback in 2022 drew mixed reviews, but the sophomore and de facto starter the last 3 games gave Bryan Harsin something to think about heading into the offseason. Finley had an uneven performance but showed glimpses of his ceiling during Auburn's 17-13 loss to number 20 Houston in the Birmingham Bowl on Tuesday. He completed 19 of 37 passes, a completion rate of just 51%, for 227 yards and a touchdown against the Cougars while playing behind a reimagined offensive line that was missing 3 of its starters from his prior 2 starts: center Nick Brahms, left guard Tashawn Manning and right tackle Broderius Ham. Read more Birmingham Bowl coverage, instant analysis from Auburn's 5th straight loss. Rewinding Auburn's 17-13 loss to Houston. Houston's Dana Holgorsen rips Birmingham Bowl for postgame weight. The encouraging things are the throws he made, Harsin said. The ones that he didn't, we just got to give our guys a chance. Sometimes, the win's a little bit of a factor at times and there's obviously pressure. It's not like you drop back and set your feet every throw you're sliding and moving. There's all these little factors that you have to adjust. So, there's always little, tiny tweaks at that position that you're just maneuvering through in a particular play. Harsin credited Finley for his decision-making against Houston, saying that the sophomore made good reads throughout the game, but the execution was lacking at times, something he critiqued his entire team for as the Tigers dropped their 5th straight game. There were times Tuesday afternoon when Finley flashed the talent that made him such a promising prospect coming out of Ponchatoula, but there were others where his touch and ball placement were lacking. After a slow start, in which he completed just 2 of 5 passes for 2 yards in the first quarter, when Auburn totaled a meager 29 yards of offense, Finley made an impressive throw to Kobe Hudson to convert a 3rd down on the opening play of the second period. He had another quality throw to John Samuel Shenker up the seam for a 41-yard gain in the 3rd quarter, a screen pass that went for 51 yards to Tank Bigsby in the 2nd quarter, and a 30-yarder to Hudson that opened a 2nd quarter drive. His most impressive stretch came during Auburn's lone touchdown drive of the game, when he completed all 5 of his pass attempts for 82 yards and a touchdown. Among those were the long pass to Shenker, a 20-yarder to Dematrius Johnson, who made a juggling catch as he fell to the turf that was ruled a reception upon review, and a 12-yard touchdown to Hudson on a beautifully placed ball to the right side of the end zone. Hudson toe-tapped to get 1 foot down for the score, but Finley also had misfires on some deep balls and passes in the short game, as well as a fumble on a 3rd and 1 sneak that Auburn managed to recover during that touchdown drive. We've got to execute a little bit better on the throws, Harsin said. I say that without watching the film. I think the receivers did a decent job of getting themselves open. There were opportunities to go make plays and protection as well. So, there's all these little factors that show up in the game, but TJ prepared well. He cares. He knows what he's doing out there. He did some good things as far as checking us out of some bad plays, so he made some good decisions that way. Finley, who transferred from LSU last summer, finished his first season on the Plains completing 70 of 128 passes for 827 yards, 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. His season was highlighted by his late-game heroics against Georgia State, when he threw the game-winning touchdown on a broken 4th down play inside the final minute to help Auburn avoid a disastrous upset, and while he went 0-3 after being thrust into the starting role late in the year, he threw 4 touchdowns and just 1 interception in those starts and showed some ability in tough situations. Now he enters a momentous offseason, not just for himself but for Auburn. The Tigers will have an open competition for the quarterback job for the first time since 2019, when Bo Nix beat out Joey Gatewood and Malik Willis, and while Finley will enter as the current favorite, whether he can earn that role remains to be seen. As things stand, he will be Auburn's only experienced quarterback on the roster next season. Redshirt freshman Dematrius Davis, a former 4-star recruit, did not see the field against Houston and did not appear in a game this season despite moving into the backup role during bowl preparations. The only other quarterback set to be on scholarship next season is 4-star 2022 signee Holden Geriner, who will arrive on campus in January. The Tigers could still peruse the transfer portal for help at the position, but as of now, the 19-year-old Finley will head into 2022 as the top guy for Auburn. Harsin and incoming offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach Austin Davis, who will join the team in early January, has a young player that didn't have a chance to play a ton this season, and now has into the starting role with a chance to go out there and really learn as he develops himself, Harsin said of Finley. So, this offseason's going to be big. There's a lot to learn from, and we're going to move on to this offseason and start preparing him for what we do moving forward. Tom Green is an Auburn beat reporter for Alabama Media Group. Follow him on Twitter at Thomas_Verde.